Ladies and gents, we are on the Jolly Boys. Yeah, we're back. We're on the way. We're just going down the drive now to Hayfield Lakes. Maver Dynamite Hayfield Lakes. Because it's the Maver Match this final today.
And some very official looking people.
There's some very official looking people here. Look, let's see if we can see them. So Joe is covering the day for Preston. I'm sitting behind Lee Kerry, who's in the final. And we've got some very official. It's Robin, yeah.
It is Robin, isn't it?
It's Robin.
Good morning.
How are you?
We're good.
You alright? Where should we go?
Anywhere you like.
Can I park behind Lee?
Where's Lee?
I don't know where it's Drew. I don't know where it's Drew.
Where you can. We've got. If you just go straight through car park into this little paddocky field, you'll not get everything. You go backwards and forwards. But then when at the draw, you can get really close to the peg and park.
Sound. Alright. You okay?
Yes, sure.
Superb.
Look at that. Thank you.
Look at this for a van, Mark.
It's a beautiful van, yeah. That is the van. I'm on the back, yeah.
And on the side?
Yeah. So, like I say, I'm sitting behind Lee.
Yep.
Joe's doing a roving reporting job for Preston, aren't you? And you've also got. Can you talk about the poll?
Yeah, got some new poles for the lads.
Got some new poles for the lads. So
only a select few though.
I'm not going nowhere. No. Yeah, select few poles for the lads.
Nice, doesn't it?
It looks a beautiful complex.
Flat calm, look. There's Nolly, look.
It's beautiful. My favourite fishery manager. Oh, I'm being ushered in here. I'm sitting behind someone today, and he's a roving reporter. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Can you park in that first field as close as you can?
Yeah.
So we're going to give you a little bit of a rundown of the day and how things are happening throughout the day, and hopefully we'll keep you updated with how everyone's getting on.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Well done to you all for getting here. Enjoy the day. Take it for what it is. Take it all on board. Trust me, I can assure you, after you fish one final, you'll want to try and qualify again. With a weight of 62 pounds from here at Hayfield Lakes, Tony Coates.
One.
Tony, get you. Tony has drawn peg 1. Christian Jones. Mike Gallimore. Matty Higgins. Callum Dix. Craig Tidswell. Sam Brown. £10. It's an England Feeder International. It's Lee Kerry. Lee has drawn peg 20.
So Smoker, draw's been done.
Draw's been done.
Who's the money on? Let's turn it around, shall we, so we can see.
A lot of talk, isn't there? A lot of talk about what's what.
Just watch out, gents, so we can get it. Fine. Who do we think?
Well, Christian Jones is where everyone reckons is the right sort of area. Jordan, Alan, Tom Edwards. I think that'll be a nice little area.
Right. So talk to me. Obviously, my man Lee.
Yeah.
He's down there.
He's
20.
He wasn't happy with his draw, was he?
No, he wasn't.
But having walked down there, there's a few fish knocking about. You never know, do you? But that is meant to be the prime area. This little spot.
So what we're saying, Chris Weeder, Dave Scott, Christian Jones, Mike Gallimore.
Gally, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a great chance, I think.
Right.
And then I would fancy these three as well. But you never know, do you?
No, you never know. We've got the gaffer here. But where's the money going?
The money's all on Callum Dix. We've laid Callum Dix 16 to 1 down to what price is he now? Dix 16 to 1 down to about 8 to 1. And all the other money's on Mike Gallimore. We laid him last night on 9. He was a big, from 33 to 1 he was last night,
Right.
Mike Gallimore. And a little bit of money for Chris Weeder. And also, I'll tell you another runner who everyone's back. Alan Scottold. Big money.
Drew a peg on the island. He's happy with that. Method feeder fishing.
Good peg, Alan Scottold, yeah. And there's another one everyone's been
Andy
with.
Power.
Andy Power, we haven't seen a shilling for Andy Power.
Really?
We started off at 7 to 2. He's now 7 to 1. We've doubled the price. And It looks like by midday it could be double figures. Unbelievable.
Oh,
No
my
one's
word.
back handy bit. Who's the other one? Christian Jones been very well.
Yes,
backed as well.
he's on the
Christian
peg
Jones.
everyone wanted.
Christian Jones.
Go on, now, have a fiver on
Well,
Lee
we've
then.
got to do is
Hang
pray.
on, hang on.
We've got
This
to
is
pray
the
for
rarest
him.
thing you're ever going to see.
What do you want to say?
Joe
He's
He's
playing with his
never got
money.
a fiver out his pocket ever.
I found that in the hospital
Oh, you
car
found
park.
it.
Right, which one, sir?
Well, give it back to
Lee Kerry.
Lee Kerry.
Yeah. There you go.
Lee Kerry. You found one. Lee Kerry is
20.
20 to 1. Yeah, how about that? And you found the money, yeah?
Just found it.
Well done, mate. Well done.
So I'm giving you it now.
I think I've dropped
So it's gone from the hospital car park to the bookie. So fresh bet.
Well, Lee Kerry told me not to have a penny on him. That's how confident he is. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's had somebody else's fiver on.
Superb. Cheers, lads.
See you later, lads.
We're with the main man. What do you think, mate? Tell me about your peg first. What number are we?
We're permanent peg 55 for people who know Hayfield, Rob, just off the island. Usually I would say I don't fancy it, but right out in the middle, just off the island, there seems to be quite a lot of carp balled up there.
It seemed like there was more moving around when we got here, but they just seem to have drifted off a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like your enthusiasm because
Yeah.
I think there's more fish in front of you and to your left than I've seen around the whole lake.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of fish there. I mean, you know, like we've talked about already, it isn't. It very, very, very rarely gets one from here. You know, like it's in all the big comps, it just basically doesn't do any good. But every day is different, and like I say, there's a lot of fish moving out. They're at a really difficult range to catch. So we'll have a go. We'll have a. You know, I'm just going to try and keep it relatively straightforward. I've obviously set everything up just in case we can make a few quick changes like you do to this final. The hardest thing I'm finding sitting here is thinking about what to do, but really you can't tell until the match starts. So
No, I think it's a case of a loose idea in your mind of how you want to start, and
Yeah.
then manipulate your match as the day goes on.
yeah,
which I think you'll be brilliant
that's
at doing.
it.
That.
Yeah, well, that's all I'm going to do. Like you say, a loose plan of how I'm going
So
to
we've
fish.
got obviously rods and poles. We've got more kit than I even own
yeah,
set up
yeah,
either side.
yeah, because you just wouldn't do it for a normal match. But
No, I
because-
get it, I
because
get
you
it.
just don't know. You know, I've literally gone kitchen sink, got
More rigs than I've ever owned in my lifetime.
yeah. I've just literally got a load of rigs and keep setting stuff up. Really,
It's weird,
until we
obviously, you know,
start.
because the way that the pegs are, you could sit here and you think, oh, I've got that corner of that island, but you're actually nowhere near it, are you? You're
miles away,
your
yeah.
sort of water. Let's see if we can get over
funny
a
thing is
finger there.
that
Your sort of water starts there and going this way.
Yeah. Andy's peg to my left has only just got the corner of the island.
Yeah, and Andy Power
You know,
to your left, it's peg one, miss one all the way round. He's just got the point of that island, so just if we can get it there, that's where Andy's chucking. And the next angler along, it's quite tight, can chuck there, and then obviously so on down the bank. But who, obviously, we're hoping you're going to catch a few fish, but who else would you say the money's on, Lee?
if I was the
Because let's get right, this was not in even your top 15 pegs, was it, that you'd have chose?
No, definitely not. The peg I really wanted to be on today was 9, where Christian Jones is draw, and I really fancy that as a draw. You know, so he'll have a great chance. But I wanted to be anywhere from 7 to 12. If I'm a betting man, I'll say that'll be
Nice
where,
chuck on the island somewhere.
yeah,
and
or
it's-
just off where the fish seem to have gathered. That's where I really fancy for a few fish today. But as with always, Rob, we just don't know, do we? I mean, after the match, we might be saying,
We're
I
saying-
can't believe they were to our right.
I
you
know, but we're saying, you know, those guys to our right, we're saying that's not where we want it to be.
100% no.
We
We
just-
didn't want to be anywhere from
We're-
basically two to the left of where we are.
We're not even
So
talking about to the right of us. So basically, the opposite there, and that area over there is where we want it to be. But you never know. It's a big match. There'll be some crowds on the bank later on. That helps push the fish around a little bit. You might be able to just see those fish. Just see if we can get my finger on it. Those fish, you can just see the ripples on the water there. So they're just moving a little bit now. But that ball of fish has been in front of Lee, so we need them to just drift back. But yeah, you never know. We've got the bandstand down there, we've got tannoys on. All of that pushes fish around and they show up in areas that they've never really shown up before.
Yeah, you
so
don't always expect, do you? So
big match, you never know.
you never know.
Right, so we're an hour in. Oh man. There he is. Try his hardest. He's fished waggler so far. And he's had to go for some skimmers, and he's caught a few little skimmers, but it's tough. But there's hardly any carp being caught, is there? What's being caught? You've walked around the lake. I've seen one carp for Andy Power on the next peg.
Yeah, out of the blue.
Out of the blue. One carp to Lee's right, and then I think right down the other end of the lake, Alan Scotthorne and Tom Edwards have caught like 2 fish, 3 fish.
On that shallow bar off the island have had like 2 or 3 small carp, and they are small, 2-pounders. And then Jack Turner and Simon Brown are at the windward end.
Right, so right opposite that, over there.
Right down there they are. Through that, you can barely see them from here.
Yeah.
There's a load of fish there.
Right.
And they've had just 2 or 3 better fish.
What do you think they've got then? Like £15?
£15.
For like 3 fish.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean, you
tough,
can
isn't
tell
it?
when someone catches one because they're clapping. There ain't been much clapping, is there?
No, hardly any clapping. Hardly any clapping. Those fish that were in front of Lee, they've drifted off. There seems to be the odd one there, you know, but like
It is odd, though, isn't it?
so hard to catch. You got like literally drop it on its nose to catch it.
Yeah, there's not many feeding fish at the moment. Here we go.
So what I would say is, before Andy Kinder goes on the tunnel and outdoes us, we're fishing till 5.
Yeah.
So obviously the witching hour, 4 till 5, could be the time, couldn't it? That's what we're hoping for anyway. So I'm hoping that our man here can maybe nick an odd carp during the match, catch probably 15-20 pounder skimmers.
There you go. 16, 17.
Right. Yeah, 15-16 pounds winning it by the sounds of it. So I'm hoping that our man here, 15-16 pounder skimmers, a couple of carp, going into the last hour, and then has a late run.
Yeah, a glory run.
Glory run. Go on then, we're halfway through. Talk us through it, Mr. Kerry. You've chucked out the method because
I wanted a cup of tea.
we wanted a cup of tea and something to eat, because we're fishing for 60 grand and it's not looking like it's on the cards at the minute, is it?
No. And the thing is, anywhere from 1 peg to my left to the end, I think there's been 3 carp caught.
Right.
In like 10 pegs.
So, from you here, Andy Power, who's fished the waggler like, well, obviously one of the best at it, if not the best at it, has got 1 fish.
Yeah.
Lee Kerry, feeder master, all-rounder, top all-rounder. Then everyone this way, down to the end. So what, probably another 6 anglers down that way. I think 1 carp is best out of everyone. And you have got, on my phone, because I've been adding up your skimmers, £5.3. So I actually think you're beating the single carp with your skimmers.
Am I? Brilliant.
Yeah, so it's not fishing great, but when you look down that end, and there's like 2 or 3 anglers along there with maybe £25, 4 or 5 carp. So obviously there's a few carp down there opposite that island. You need to tell me what the plan is now, because you've took the method out, have a think. If this toes round, it's a bonus.
Yeah, everybody's fishing the waggler. Because everybody's fishing the waggler, and like you said, Andy Power is my guide because I hold him in very high regard, and he's had one, and he's literally done it relentlessly. We keep having little goes trying to nick one, so I thought, well, I'll chuck a method out because nobody's chucking a method out. I don't think the fish are on the bottom, but I've got time to have a little assessment. I keep feeding my skimmer line. There's a distinct lack of skimmers. There's just a few little skimmers. There's no like proper.
We hope that might put you like £20 in there, didn't we? But it just doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I thought you'd be able to catch £20 of skimmers, but it's just not materialising like that. So check this method out. Have a little wait. You don't need many bites, Rob. So I'm going to be really patient on it for about half an hour, maybe like 2 chucks in half an hour. Just have a steady half an hour and see if we get a pull, because you never know. And it would give us something to target if we felt there was an odd pull on it, but at the moment it's not looking very productive.
No, but this is resting your swim, isn't it? And I think I've always thought that the last 90 minutes is going to make or break this match. That's when we're going to have to start catching our fish.
The last hour today will literally be the whole day out. Power's got one.
Just as we said it. Look, Andy Powers playing a fish. So he's just touched out, and he's lost it. But there's been a bit of that happening. There's been loads of that happening, you know. There's been 3 or 4 fish that have been
next to him. He's got 4, and 2 of them have been fouled up.
Yeah. So obviously the fish are coming, just hearing that splash, they're swirling probably next to the float. You get an indication, strike, foul up the fish, and it's off. These fish are just so tricky to catch, so hard to catch.
What we've got, Rob, is if my method goes round with the cup, I'm going to win £1,000 section prize.
We've got, I tell you what, there's some battles, isn't there? Because, Tom Edwards has got another one. Right, last 5 minutes, folks, and this is why we love big matches. Because even though it's not fishing great, there's the tension is brilliant, because we've got probably 4 or 5 people who are in with a shout of winning 60 grand. Tom Edwards, though, I think he's the front runner. He's just playing another fish down there, centre of the screen. He's had a really good sort of like, all through the day he's caught steady, but he's had 3 or 4 fish in the last hour. Put him ahead. Unfortunately for Lee, it's not gone to plan. Every fish seems to have been around that island. And obviously, Lee's not around the island. We've got Dave Scott, is it, Lee? Dave Scott on the far bank. We've got Cy Fry. Got I'd call Jack next to Cy Fry, who's catching really well. But the battle is here because Lee's had about 15 or 16 pound of skimmers, and we think for this section we've got Andy on the next peg who's had 3 carp for 18 pound. So sitting on the method, can't catch any more skimmers. If this goes round, we could be winning the section for £1,000. This is for £1,000, isn't it? If this tip goes round,
It's for £1,000.
we're playing a carp that's worth £1,000. Yeah. So 4 minutes to go now. Let's hope that tiptoes round with a rather large carp on the end.
I'm filming you filming.
I'm seeing how accurate I was. £15.12.
8 kilos, 175.
Way out.
Okay.
Oh, right.
8 kilos, 175.
8 kilos, 175.
You've robbed me a bit there.
Hang on, Lee, let's have a quick look. Nice one, mate. Well, mate, that didn't go to plan for Lee, did it?
That did not go to plan for the Lee, or many of the men actually.
No, it fished mega hard. So let's go through it. Tom Edwards, second
place, 21 kilos.
21 kilos. So put that into like old school. What's that? 44, 45 pound.
Yeah. Tough day in it in the office.
But Mr. Nice Guy,
Cy Fry,
my friend, your friend,
Everybody's
everyone's friend. He's won the match. 60 grand richer.
Yep.
He
Brilliant.
goes to Ireland tonight on the ferry, so he'll have a fun time in Ireland, I'm sure. 23 kilos. Pellet waggler fishing. Totally opposite side of the lake to where Lee was.
Yeah, peg 12 down in the corner. Wind was blowing down there. A bit of space. There's a few fish down there, and he's done the job, hasn't he?
Good angler, good peg, wins nearly every match. So we've just got home. We've had McDonald's on the way home.
McDonald's,
it's getting late now.
Chicken selects.
Chicken selects. I've had nuggets.
Quarter pounder.
Until next time, guys. Tight line. See you later.